Imagine standing in a room with someone who seems perfect, charismatic, inspiring, admired by millions. But behind that carefully curated image lies a side of them no one dares to talk about. Tonight, we're pulling back the curtain on Mike Todd. The truth you're about to hear will shock you, disturb you, and make you question everything you thought you knew about one of the most celebrated figures in modern ministry. What really happened behind closed doors? You won't believe what happened next. Mike Todd is a name that commands attention in the world of modern ministry. Known for his dynamic sermons, magnetic personality, and ability to draw massive crowds, he's often celebrated as a visionary pastor, a husband, and a leader. But behind the bright lights and social media accolades, there's a story that few have dared to tell. Tonight, we're diving deep into the unsettling behaviors, controversies, and moments that have been quietly whispered about. Moments that reveal a side of Mike Todd you've never seen before. From questionable decisions in his personal life to incidents that left insiders shocked and confused, this is the full picture. Unfiltered, raw, and verified. Some of the details might make you uncomfortable, some might even challenge what you thought you knew about leadership and faith. But this is where it gets unbelievable. By the end of this video, you'll have a completely new perspective on the man millions look up to. So buckle up, because what follows isn't just a story. It's an eye-opening look at the truth that's been hidden in plain sight. And trust me, the moments we uncover will leave you questioning everything. On the surface, Mike Todd is the embodiment of success in modern ministry. His sermons are streamed by millions, his social media posts inspire thousands, and his marriage with pastor prodigy Crystal Todd is often held up as the picture of perfection. Standing on stage with a microphone in hand and a perfectly rehearsed message, he radiates confidence, charm, and charisma. To the world, he's untouchable, a spiritual guide leading millions to faith and purpose. But insiders reveal a different side. Behind closed doors, some close associates describe a man whose behavior can be unpredictable, controlling, and sometimes manipulative. Staff members have whispered about intense mood swings during planning meetings, moments where disagreements were met not with dialogue but with subtle intimidation. People who've worked closely with him describe a pattern of behavior that, if unnoticed, can leave you questioning your own instincts. It wasn't always easy to piece together this hidden narrative. On social media, everything is polished. Smiling family photos, inspirational quotes, viral sermon clips. But when you start listening to the stories of former staff and confidants, a different picture emerges. Late-night calls, abrupt cancellations, heated private conversations, patterns that paint a portrait of a man whose private actions sometimes contradict his public image. And then there's the pressure on those closest to him. People who dared to question decisions or voice concerns have often felt isolated, sidelined, or dismissed. It's a delicate dance. Admiration on the surface, but tension simmering underneath. But what really shocked those around him weren't just these behavioral quirks. The real turning point came with incidents that insiders describe as disturbing, moments that reveal a side of Mike Todd no sermon could ever cover. Moments that would make even the most loyal follower pause and question the man behind the pulpit. And this is where it gets unbelievable. Because what happened next didn't just shock insiders, but it would change the perception of him forever. Behind the charisma and the viral sermons, Mike Todd has made decisions that insiders say were not only controversial, but also deeply troubling. These weren't small missteps or typical leadership errors. These were choices that raised eyebrows, created tension, and sometimes left his team and family questioning his judgment. One of the most recurring themes among former staff and close associates is a pattern of decision-making that prioritizes image over accountability. According to sources, there were moments when concerns raised about internal operations or sensitive situations were brushed aside, dismissed with charm, or deflected with motivational speeches. While his public persona preached empathy, guidance, and integrity, some insiders claim that behind the scenes it was a different story, a world where loyalty was rewarded and questioning authority came with consequences. Some of the reports involve incidents during church events where decisions were made hastily, leaving staff scrambling or feeling uncomfortable. Staff members describe high-pressure meetings where dissenting opinions were subtly undermined, or where mistakes, no matter how minor, were magnified. It's one thing to lead a large congregation. It's another to navigate the intense scrutiny and responsibility that comes with it. And when leadership decisions start affecting not just the organization, but also personal relationships within the team, it can create tension that spills into every interaction. Then there are the personal revelations. Close friends and insiders have hinted at moments where Mike Todd's behavior seemed erratic, sudden outbursts over minor issues, unexpected changes in plans, and actions that appeared impulsive. Some describe situations where his private demeanor contradicted the warmth and compassion displayed publicly. These contradictions have fueled speculation and gossip within the ministry community, but few dared to speak publicly about it until now. Perhaps the most alarming stories are those that touch on ethics and boundaries. While none have been officially confirmed or documented in court, multiple insiders recount episodes that made them uncomfortable, raising questions about boundaries, professional conduct, and personal judgment. People close to him reportedly faced moral dilemmas, torn between loyalty and the need to confront troubling behavior. But what really sent shockwaves through insiders was a specific event during a private retreat. Accounts describe a night where tensions boiled over, conversations escalated, secrets were revealed, and a side of Mike Todd emerged that even longtime followers struggled to reconcile with the pastor they admired. Witnesses described the experience as surreal, as though the carefully curated persona had cracked, revealing something darker beneath. And yet, despite all of this, Mike Todd remains an influential figure adored by millions. This duality, public hero, private controversies, is what makes his story so compelling, so unsettling, and so newsworthy. But just when insiders thought they had a grasp of the reality, another revelation surfaced. Something so disturbing that it forced even the most loyal associates to question what they had believed all along. What happened next changed everything, and it's a story the public rarely hears about. When the spotlight fades and the crowds disappear, a different side of Mike Todd emerges, one that is far more complex, personal, and, according to insiders, sometimes troubling. His marriage to Crystal Todd is frequently showcased on social media as a model of love, faith, and partnership, and together they present an image of stability and inspiration. But behind the glossy posts and viral moments, those close to them hint at tension, conflict, and struggles that have remained largely private. Sources describe moments of strain in the marriage that were rarely visible to the public eye. While many see a couple united in faith and purpose, insiders speak of disagreements that went beyond typical marital spats. Moments where egos clashed, decisions were questioned, and emotions ran high. Some staff members have even shared that the pressure of being in a high-profile ministry can magnify small conflicts into larger crises. Imagine trying to maintain perfection not just in your own life, but as a role model for millions every single day. The weight can be crushing. There are also accounts that suggest Mike Todd sometimes struggled to balance his personal desires with his public responsibilities. People who have been in his inner circle report instances where personal impulses and ambitious pursuits seemed at odds with his role as a spiritual leader. While he often spoke of humility, sacrifice, and devotion, his private decisions occasionally told a different story. And it's here, in the private sphere, that some of the most disturbing claims arise. Former team members hint at patterns of behavior that caused concern, particularly around accountability and boundaries. While nothing was ever publicly documented, repeated incidents reportedly created tension among staff and even within family circles. Some insiders describe feeling uneasy in situations where Mike Todd's charm masked moments of manipulation or unpredictability. It's a delicate dance, navigating loyalty, admiration, and the discomfort of knowing something isn't quite right. Then there are the moments that truly shocked those closest to him. One former associate recounts a private gathering where conversations took an unexpected turn. topics that were intensely personal, emotionally charged, and in some cases, completely out of line with the public persona. Those present described a surreal experience. The man everyone admired suddenly revealed traits that were controlling, impulsive, and at times aggressive. It was a stark contrast to the pastor seen on stage, and it left many questioning not just his judgment, but his character. Yet, despite these hidden conflicts, Mike Todd continued to flourish publicly. Church attendance remained high, sermons went viral, and social media buzzed with admiration. This duality, public success and private turmoil, is what makes his story both fascinating and deeply unsettling. It's a reminder that the persona we see online or on stage can sometimes mask struggles, secrets, and behaviors that only a few get to witness firsthand. And just when it seemed the picture couldn't get any more complicated, another revelation emerged. One that insiders describe as the breaking point. A situation so shocking it forced even his closest allies to confront an uncomfortable truth. Sometimes the person you think you know the best can be the one hiding the darkest secrets. Even the most celebrated public figures eventually face scrutiny. And for Mike Todd, that moment came in ways that shocked both fans and insiders alike. While he has been praised for his dynamic sermons and leadership, several incidents over the years have sparked debates, online backlash, and even heated discussions within faith communities. These controversies, though often downplayed publicly, reveal cracks in the carefully curated image he presents to the world. One of the first significant public controversies involved remarks he made during high-profile sermons. While intended to inspire, some statements drew criticism for being insensitive or out of touch. Social media lit up almost immediately, with followers dissecting every word, every inflection, and questioning his intent. What many viewers didn't see, however, were the private reactions. Staff scrambling to manage the fallout, phone calls from concerned partners, and internal meetings where tensions ran high. It wasn't just about what he said, it was about the consequences that rippled far beyond the pulpit. Then there were incidents tied to his personal life that leaked into the public sphere. Rumors, unverified claims, and insider accounts began circulating online, creating a storm of speculation. People who admired him struggled to reconcile the contradictions. A pastor preaching faith and integrity on Sunday, yet reportedly embroiled in situations that seemed morally questionable off stage. For some, it was a lesson in the danger of blind admiration. For others, it was a moment of disappointment that shook the foundation of their trust. One particularly tense episode involved a private meeting that somehow became public knowledge. Staff members and insiders have revealed that the situation left everyone involved shocked and confused, as the events contradicted the wholesome, approachable image many had associated with him. News outlets and blogs picked up fragments of the story, amplifying speculation and leaving room for rampant rumor. Despite no formal allegations being confirmed, the controversy painted a complex picture. A man capable of inspiring millions, yet also capable of behavior that confused, disturbed, or even alienated those around him. The media attention brought another challenge: managing perception. Every public statement, every social media post had to be carefully weighed. The smallest misstep could ignite another round of backlash, forcing the team to work tirelessly behind the scenes to protect his reputation. This duality, public hero, private controversy, is what makes Mike Todd such a compelling figure. On one hand, he is a best-selling author, a viral preacher, and a husband celebrated by fans. On the other, he is a man whose decisions, actions, and temperament are often questioned by insiders and critics alike. But perhaps the most shocking part of all this is the effect it had on those closest to him. Friends, colleagues, and family were often caught in the crossfire of speculation and criticism. Imagine watching the world question the man you know intimately, seeing your own doubts mirrored in millions of online comments, all while trying to maintain a sense of loyalty. It's a pressure few can endure without cracks forming somewhere along the line. And just when it seemed that controversies might settle, another situation emerged that left even veteran insiders speechless. Details leaked about a private incident involving both personal and professional boundaries. a scenario that forced many to reevaluate not just his leadership, but the trust placed in him by those around him. What happened next wasn't just another headline, it was a turning point that exposed vulnerabilities, mistakes, and a side of Mike Todd few had ever seen.